Dr. Strangelove is more than simply a classic of cinema for those who lived through the Cold War. It was also vital at the time because practically everyone knew what mad ICBM and missile gap meant and how different it looked when a mushroom cloud was rising. An incident that could have resulted in at least one accidental nuclear explosion or detonation is known as a nuclear close call. There were numerous nuclear close calls during the Cold War. The Cuban Missile Crisis, arguably the most serious of these, came dangerously close to realizing everyone's worst nightmare. Fortunately, humanity has avoided a disaster that might have led to extinction during this pivotal time. Today we will discuss intercontinental ballistic missiles in the context of military mechanics. Hello everyone. This is AWZ. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. The United States spent at least $10.1 trillion between 1940 and 1996 developing nuclear weapons, and over 70,000 nuclear warheads are thought to have been created since 1945. This surpasses the total number of nuclear-armed states worldwide. However, since the end of the Cold War, the American nuclear arsenal has decreased by 85%. Is the nuclear arms race back? Was the thought that sprang to mind after the American Air Force chose Northrop Grumman to replace the outdated ICBM system. The possibility of a nuclear attack has always existed, even though it was not as prevalent as the Cold War-era nuclear arms race. China and Russia are already expanding the number and capacity of their ICBMs. Even North Korea, whose arsenal had between 10 and 20 nuclear bombs in 2018, has increased. Not to be forgotten are Pakistan and India, both of which possess over 100 nuclear bombs. The necessity for a nuclear force that can credibly deter enemies, reassure friends and partners, fulfill U.S. objectives should deterrence fail, and protect against unclear threats entering the U.S. nuclear triad of SSBNS, ICBMs, and bombers has been underlined by the United States. The required deterrence has been provided by the nuclear triad of the United States since the 1960s. The diversity of the triangle enables risk mitigation in the event that one leg is impaired or unavailable. A leg of the triangle being removed would reduce the force's overall strength and make it easier for the enemy to prepare an attack. For instance, a conventional-only assault on the few submarine and bomber bases may severely weaken the United States nuclear arsenal in the absence of ICBMs. The triumvirate is designed to make sure that no enemy feels like it could launch a strategic attack that would render the U.S. defenseless and cause unacceptably severe damage. The American ICBMs, which are commanded by Ironclad and Nuclear Command Control and Communications and are on alert 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, are the most responsive leg of the triad. There are 400 fortified underground silos where U.S. ICBMs are dispersed. 50 additional silos are kept in a warm status in addition to these. These are allocated to 3 different military installations, making them an unsolvable targeting challenge for any possible foe. ICBMs may be fired and reach their destinations in a matter of minutes, posing an almost intractable dilemma for enemies when it comes to targeting if the U.S. needs to act fast to thwart an impending strike. Through national command authorities, U.S. IGMs offer the most quick response option with guaranteed connectivity to the president. Additionally, the IGMs allow for the upload of extra warheads, which can act as a safety net in case one of the other legs of the triad experiences technical difficulties or as a reaction to unfavorable geopolitical circumstances. The IGMs can each hold 3 nuclear warheads, however they are currently only equipped with 1. This allows for flexible targeting, especially in situations where an attacker only uses a small amount of. Finally, the bomber force is relieved of the responsibility of maintaining a daily alert posture by the daily alert of ICBMs. Many bombers may now focus on prospective conventional missions instead of being on constant nuclear alert. Due to the hardened and distributed nature of American IGMs, a potential foe would have to fully commit to a significant attack on American soil. Obviously, there is no other method to turn off all U.S. IGMs. This increases the effectiveness of deterrence. The systems that make up the land leg of the triad have outlived their intended design lifespans. The life of the Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missiles has been extended numerous times. They started operations in 1970 and have since been deployed numerous times. The Air Force decided that a replacement ICBM would cost about the same as a Minuteman III life extension program after considering other alternatives. The U.S. would need to replace a few key parts in order to extend the MM3 in an effective way. Even if completed on schedule and at a fair budget, this will not satisfy the department's requirements. Modern safety and security features and technology can be accommodated by some of these standards. On the other hand, the technically sound, low-risk components of the ground-based strategic deterrent will be used. This will have a modular architecture and be simpler to maintain than the MM3 and can incorporate developing technology to respond to quickly changing threat situations. Finally, the launch facilities will be updated as part of the GBSD program. As a result, command and control will be enhanced and security will grow. This new intercontinental ballistic missile system, which is being created by Northrop Grumman, has now received a name and designation from the Air Force. A maiden flight test is currently scheduled for the end of 2023 by Northrop Grumman. With initial operational capability in 2029 and full operational capability by 2036, it will join the ranks of Atlas, Titan Minuteman, and Peacekeeper as the land-based ICBM missiles that have preserved America's nuclear deterrent since the early 1960s. We are aware that the nuclear weapons age is only beginning as Russia issues more frequent nuclear threats. This is all for today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe our channel. Stay tuned with AWZ.